you got to work in the food service industry because that's the best part of it.
Today we're talking with Raul Luis from the Birria. It's a restaurant here in Eastern LA, and the passion for the food that you give off is just outstanding. It really is. It's fun to watch. And
I grew up on it, so there's so many things. I learned so many things as being part of the restaurant business, working with family, meeting different people, talking to people from different genres. You talk to lawyers, doctors. I mean, everything. You take a cross section and you deal with different situations every day. And I tell people, you got to work in the food service industry because that's the best part of it. You get these communications because you can talk to people all across all walks of life. And then also doing things. My friends back in LA says, you're a hustler. And I have other friends say, oh, you're an entrepreneur. I said, well, in my neighborhood, it's called hustling. In other areas, it's called being an entrepreneur. From being the first selling. I don't know if you in the documentary we talk about how uh, we actually went to Mexico to go buy the Mexican Cokes. This was back in the 1970s. We brought a 6 pack of Mexican Coke. We were at our house. A guy sees it with the Mexican Coke, says, hey, I want one of those. So now the guy had the beer that was taking them back in time. Now he had the Mexican Coke before it was popular. Like, oh, we did that in the 70s. So in the 70s, we would drive back and forth, bring 20 cases of Mexican Coke to LA because it wasn't available. I'm like, wow, we did that. I kicked myself in the head. Man, imagine if we would have had the insight or the foresight to say, let's get the distribution rights to bring the Mexican Coke to the US. Didn't happen. It didn't work that way. But the combination of not only the Mexican Coke, the beer, both things took people back. And I think that's what helped us succeed as a restaurant. We didn't know at the time because we were new. We made every possible mistake. We never had a menu. It was all verbal. You know what? Here's all we have is this. What is that? Well, let me explain to you this. Well, you should know. How could you not know? I mean, there were so many trials and tribulations. You go through so many things, so many mistakes we made. One of the best stories they tell people was, I would look at my father. I guess everybody goes through the stage, and I was, my dad's getting old, man. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He says, how much have you sold? I go, I don't know. He goes to the back of the kitchen. He looks at the pot, comes back, goes, you have $800. I'm thinking, I'm not gonna tell you what I thought, but I didn't think anything. I said, how's he gonna know? I go through the register and I count. It was like $820. I said, whoa, how do you do that? In his mind, because there was a different skill set back then, they were able to do, I guess, his way he did his food costs, his portioning and stuff. So he knew based on the pot how much he sold. So, you look back and say, wow, all these stuff that we went through, it's amazing. So I look back now and I was given the opportunity by starting this media world, talking to different restaurateurs. They're giving me their stories, seeing how they were both related, how they both intertwined, and getting new ideas, new concepts, things that I hadn't thought about before, that hadn't occurred to me. So I mean, it's a great journey. I'm very thankful that to be able to been given the skill set to keep this torch, keep it going, and introduce to other groups of people, other ethnicities, other generations, so they can all try it out and see what the buzz is about.
I love your passion. I love how you explain things. Here we are. We're talking with Raul Luis. Birria is a restaurant in East LA. As we're wrapping up, tell us all the ways that our audience can find you and learn more about you. Tell us your website, your social media, the restaurant itself, anything you want to share.
So they did a documentary. It's Mexi Papa. It's called The Chronicles of Birria. That's on YouTube. You can find me if you want to get. That's just the basic history of how birria got to LA and possibly the US. That goes over the story of myself and another birria who we both held the torch during those times when it wasn't so acceptable in other ethnic groups or generations. If you want more detailed information about the specifics, how certain cooking processes, how it's served, then you can go to Birria World on YouTube. And there it goes. We do a birria tour. We go to different restaurants. We showcase how they cook it, what the different varieties of birria and why it tastes different, how it's served different in certain regions. And then on Instagram, you can go to Birria Chalil, Texas. That's for my Texas. And then there's Birria Chalil for the LA store on Instagram. Then on Facebook, it's Birria Chalil.